Title: On our anniversary, my wife announced to the whole restaurant, "I'm leaving you for your boss." I didn't argue, I just paid the bill. 3 days later, she was escorted out of that same restaurant by security. Start: I can still hear the clink of glasses, too loud, too bright, right before she stood up. Our anniversary cake had just been set down, vanilla and raspberry, her favorite, not mine. Funny, the details that become weapons later. "I'm leaving you," she announced, lifting her champagne flute like she was proposing a toast. "For your boss." She didn't look at me, she looked at them, the strangers, the staff, the easy witnesses she needed. A stage built from linen tablecloths and soft lighting. She wanted spectacle, cruelty with applause. I didn't argue, I didn't blink. I just placed my napkin beside my untouched plate, reached for the bill, and paid it. Shock hums quietly inside a man when humiliation hits. A low, electrical ache. The kind that doesn't explode, it calcifies. I watched her walk out with him, my boss. His hand on her back, her laughter echoing. People stared at me like I was supposed to crumble. But grief has never interested me, only precision. We'd been married 7 years, and I'll admit it, I loved her once, or the version of her I thought existed. The one who wore my sweaters when she painted, who fell asleep on the couch with her hair wrapped around my fingers, the one who swore she hated liars. But looking back, I think she hated being predictable more. Betrayal was her rebellion. And I missed the signs. Her late nights with friends, her sudden interest in the gym she never actually went to, the perfume that lingered a little too long, the way she smiled at her phone, slow and private. I ignored it. I trusted her. That was my mistake. The truth didn't come in lightning. It came in a shadow. The reflection of her in our hallway mirror at 2 a.m. whispering on the phone. His name slipped out like a sigh. My boss, my mentor, the man who taught me how to stay composed in crisis. That night, I didn't confront her. I simply opened my eyes and began the quietest war of my life. The plan didn't arrive fully formed. It grew in the spaces where disbelief used to live. First came the gathering. Passwords she didn't bother hiding. Bank statements she never expected me to read. Messages she deleted but forgot were backed up. Photos she hid in a folder she labeled receipts. I moved through our home like a ghost, collecting what she tried to bury. Every omission, every lie, archived with surgical patience. Then came my boss. I started small. I interviewed for another position in the company, strategically, discreetly. A promotion that surpassed his authority. I didn't get it yet, but I made sure the board knew my numbers were better than his. Quiet seeds, planted in receptive soil. Next, I reached out to HR. Not with accusations, no. With questions, innocent ones, hypothetical concerns about manager-employee boundaries. You'd be surprised how fast HR pays attention when the word favoritism floats near a VP's name. Then I waited and prepared the stage she would never see coming. My revenge wasn't emotional, it was architectural. I booked the same restaurant for a charity dinner I helped sponsor. High-profile guests, donors, local press. My boss loved cameras the way moths love flame. I made sure he was invited. I made sure she knew he would be there. And I made sure both believed it was safe to attend together. 3 days after the anniversary debacle, they walked in. Her in a red dress I once bought her, him in a suit he didn't know was about to betray him. I was already seated at the head table, shaking hands, smiling, playing the gracious host. My wife froze when she saw me. My boss didn't. He thought he was untouchable. That confidence died fast. It began when the event coordinator approached him, cheeks pale. "Sir, management needs to speak with you." Confusion first, then irritation. He followed her through the dining room, past the guests, toward the front entrance. When the security guard stepped forward, broad-shouldered and unblinking, the room shifted. Conversations halted, cameras turned. "Is there a problem?" my boss demanded. "Yes," the guard said. "You're trespassing." My wife's hand shot to her throat. "What? No, we're invited." "No, ma'am," the guard said. "Your names were removed from the guest list earlier today. Both of you need to leave." Removed by me, legally, quietly, with the board's full approval, because HR had already opened an investigation into him, and because I was now the interim head of the department he once controlled. He wasn't just being escorted out of a restaurant, he was being escorted out of his career. My wife tried to argue, reaching for his arm like they were in this together. But he stepped away, leaving her stranded in front of the entire room. Cowards are loyal only to power, and she had none left. She finally looked at me, not with defiance, with recognition. She had wanted an audience. She got one. They were let out in silence, except for the clicks of cameras and a few hushed whispers. I didn't move, didn't gloat, didn't offer her a single word. Revenge doesn't need commentary. It only needs timing. In the days that followed, she called, texted, begged to talk, said she'd made a mistake, said he'd abandoned her, said she didn't know who I'd become. But she was wrong. I didn't become anything new. I simply stopped pretending to be the man she could humiliate. I gave her what she gave me: clarity, silence. Sometimes justice isn't loud. Sometimes it's a man paying a bill with steady hands, already calculating the exact moment the world will watch his betrayer fall. She mocked me publicly. I owned her silence.